Okay, YouTube, welcome back. We haven't ended the war on Amazon and Facebook. Uh, I've had some things to take care of. I know you probably don't like looking at this stuff, but we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you what you're going to have to deal with. As you know, Facebook is very ubiquitous. We got over 2 billion people that use this platform, and unfortunately, I'm tied into it a lot. The money, my buy and sell, I sell a lot on Facebook, and I have a lot of connections. What we're going to show you today is the app. See if maybe they have fixed it. Again, the app is necessary. So let's go ahead and run a quick test. We're going to try to log in, and then we'll start from there and see if it's fixed. All right. So we'll start. Incorrect password. So let's just go ahead and start fresh. And it's going to send us to the Gmail. Now, what I've been hung up on is the phone verification. That's been what's been jamming me up. Let's drag this down so you can see it clearer. Now, this thing being shut down has cost me a lot of money. And the mission of this is if AT&T decided just to censor and ban people, I don't think they could get away with that. So we're going to make a simple password. And it wants you to choose something secure. I have a problem forgetting these things all the time, and so let's try this. You cannot use this password. Well, that's the same password I had that they said was wrong. So like I said, they fuck with me. I have to do this all the time. All the time. I suspect that they're switching the passwords on me. So it won't let me choose the passwords I want to choose. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. So and this is why we have these fucking problems is I don't know what password it wants me to put in. And I'll probably forget it next time as well. You know, it's always a different password they want me to put in. So this is eating up more time, which is their mission. This is how I've spent the past week trying to get this shit to work. So yeah, that'll work. All right, now here's where you see authentication required. You get an SMS. All right, so let's enter in the new password. Authentication required. Obviously, it's not sending the code. It won't send the code. Code resent. And you see, I got plenty of service. And it's always something different, with this thing. I can't log in. I can't sell. So I feel like something has to be done. I don't know whether I need to get involved with the SEC. And we're going to go through all these things because I have been attacked by Facebook on a number of things. They really don't like me from back in the Faircloth days. And I've been able to test them on a lot of things, and I'll call them on this shit. Like I said, this 6 minutes gone. The guy likes to talk about the problems with building walls, and he can't seem. He likes walling off his own people. So we don't know what's going on here, but we're going to show you. These people need to be held to a stronger standard. They're not working. So we're going to go today, and we're going to go to number 2. I can't keep fucking with these guys. Every day it's something different. Their apps don't work. On my storm chasing feed, I spent years to build this. They sabotaged it. They reroute traffic to other people. So in this case, we're going to take you all the way from the bottom up on cybersecurity, state crime, cyber law enforcement. I've tried to report. Like I said, I went to the we're going to do that too. We're going to take you all the way. We're going to take you on the quest, and I'm going to show you just how wide open your systems are. We're going to start at state law enforcement, and we're going to start from local law enforcement to state law enforcement. We're going to work our way up to federal law enforcement. We're going to contact lawyers. We're going to show you, like I said, I've tried to report. I can show you in here how many times I've reported the errors. They don't ever respond. I've still been waiting for weeks and weeks for them to respond to the numbers that they've put on my account. They won't do anything. It's a rape. It's a typical rape. It's a typical robbery. It's cybercrime. And cybercrime, Homeland Security estimated at $6 trillion annually with a T. That means 6 million billions. So the FBI has a cybercrime division called IC3.gov. And what we're treating this right now as a cybercrime incident. So we're going to go to our Mississippi Attorney General Cybercrime Unit. And if you look up here, the connection to this site's not secure. So we may be lacking a secure socket layer. But what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to file a complaint. And we had some problems. I don't know if you can see on this website, but you'll see if it pulls it up. Are you able to see this? So here I am at the bottom, and I promise you, I'm not the only one. I promise you, I'm not the only one that's dealing with this right now. And we kind of got to get these on here just for the record. That's what some of them say. I've never done this shit before. But these are some of your preliminaries. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put in some personal information here. All right. So here's what we're going to need to do. Facebook Inc. The Menlo Park. More time I could be spending working. One hacker away. Like I said, it's a den of espionage down there. All right. So we're going to have to sign statements about this. And I'm going to show you right here what I've determined part of the case is on. So watch this real quick. We're going to click send. All right. Describing the thing, like I said, been blacklisted, defamation of friends list number. Cryptic stalking. And then fraudulent apps causing me damage. And a lot of this stuff is going to be difficult to prove. And this is where they get you whooped. Okay, so that looks like it's sent. We had a little rolling wheel. And if you look, everything here is cleared back out. So it doesn't say whether or not it was sent. But we do have, like I said, right up here, the red pyramid that says not secure. So we're talking about that's not secure. So the next step is, like I said, we filed or supposedly filed an attorney general's report with the state of Mississippi. That's going to be one of the steps based on what I've heard. And we've already ate up. Let's see how much time we've ate up. We're about 15 minutes in here. So you got to understand now, my opinion is that the cops, they're not equipped to deal with this, with these people. We're going to have to get lawyers. The lawyers, they don't want to touch it. You got to understand, they're a little chicken. And what I'm saying is that they're micromanaging the United States using this thing right here. It's called trajectoral planes, is what I'm calling it. Here we see a geometric universe here. X, Y, Z, multiple dimensions. And then we have what's going on here, sort of time travel, but more of a down-to-earth sense. These are individuals that are traveling through time space. And this is what happens when their trajectory is altered. For example, my trajectory is being altered. not being able to log in here, not being able to buy or sell the deboosting of posts, silencing me based on whatever algorithms or whatever they're doing, and in hiding that shit, that is they're altering my trajectory. They're doing this to a lot of people. So what it's doing is it's fucking up America. You know, the silencing of the conservative voices, doing this, that, and the other, the altering of the feeds. You know, I see them doing it to the girl. You know, I had a girl that I was with, and they would try to use both apps, and I've seen them, the way they kind of work their way into her mind. So, you know, we're talking about mind control. We're talking about damages, a lot of these damages, and nobody really wants to take the case, because we're talking about something that's arguably, we're talking about millions of man hours lost. We're talking about millions of dollars. I can tell you, I missed one of my storm chase days. I wasn't able to perform. The app works, and then now it doesn't work. It still doesn't work. Still can't get in. So now, you know, there's one of the monopolies they have. You can either buy or sell on Facebook, or you can buy or sell on Craigslist. Now, Facebook rules the roost. So they need to be held to a higher standard. They don't want to be held by a higher standard. A lot of those guys down there are punks. They're punks. They're little kids. We have, like I said, the owner. You know, he's a Harvard grad. He doesn't know anything about honest work. He doesn't know anything about fairness. You know, he talks about making the world more connected, but here he is isolating the people that he has on his own network. So something ain't right. His stories aren't adding up, and the fact that they've got 50,000, 100,000 engineers all over the world, and somehow they can't fix this problem. What does that say? You know exactly what it is. They try to silence you. And you tell me one reason why Mark Zuckerberg is any better than Saddam Hussein. I'm not saying Saddam Hussein was a bad guy, but he silenced his people. He sold his own people. And that's what he's doing. He's silencing his people, and he's selling his own people. And my balls are on the chopping block. So here we are. We've submitted that. And I'm going to make a call to the local cops. Now, I don't know how this is going to do. I've done this before. But just for posterity, I want y'all to see this. Call the non-emergency line. By the way, I called tons of lawyers yesterday. I spent about an hour or two on the phone with lawyers. Still no calls back. There's more days, more lost time. Lake County Sheriff's Department, can I help you? Yes, ma'am. I have a question. I've got a sort of a cyber incident going on with my Facebook app, and I'm wondering what I should do as far as either filing an indictment or pressing charges. Trying to figure out, I've lost several days of downtime because of this app not working, and I think I'm being cyber stalked and stuff like that. What can I do? Do you know who is doing this to you? This is the company itself, Facebook. Okay. Where do you live? I live in Lee County. Yeah, it's the actual One Hacker Way, Menlo Park. I've been getting a lot of phenomena through my app. I dealt with this with YouTube once, and they live in California. So what I'm trying to do, like I said, I filed reports with their people, that the application wasn't working. The Facebook, I had to remove all my friends. They've got a number on there, which is something defamatory. And I told them to take it down. They won't take it down. So now I'm seeking punishment for defamation.
Okay. Hang on just a second, please.
Okay.
Sheriff's office.
Hi there, sir. How's it going?
We're fine. You?
I'm okay. I've got a problem here with Facebook, the application. I've been with them for a while, and I've noticed some really cryptic stuff. I do storm chasing and video. I use their app for streaming, and I had, 5,000 followers pretty much. What I'm dealing with is my posts aren't being put out. I'm getting these weird little letters in here, and the apps aren't working when I need them to work. And I suspect, like I said, that I'm being attacked from people inside of the company.
That's something you're going to have to take up with the company. There's nothing we can do for you.
Okay. Do you have any ideas, like, should I call the local police in San Francisco? Like, how would I file an indictment?
Well, you're going to have to deal with the internal folks at Facebook.
Okay.
They have a fraud division at Facebook. If you think you've been hacked and that kind of stuff, that's something you'll have to take up with Facebook. We don't get involved unless your identity has been stolen, like they got your social or your date of birth or something like that. That's the only thing we can get into. Anything else dealing with social media is between you and social media.
All righty. Well, thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day. Well, there you have it. That's actually some good intel. We got some good intel here, and that's where we're going to open up a big can of worms right here. This is why I'm taking it to you, the people. Hopefully y'all can do something with it if there's a lawyer out here. What they're doing is really sneaky. And you got to understand, technically, it's their platform. But we have a problem here. Over 2 billion people are connected to this. So if it's not working, I'm gonna pull up Facebook here on desktop, and I'm going to show you the reports I've already sent into them. All right. These reports have been sent in weeks and weeks and weeks and months and months and months ago. They've done nothing. So essentially, my business is at risk. My company's at risk by doing work with Facebook, and they're getting larger every day. They're getting to the point, like I said, we've already seen them in the news. The president's trying to crack down. They're silencing conservative voices. They're silencing posts. We've already seen the people out here, and I'm going to show you. We're going to go through this all morning. And like I said, my shit's just not going to get sold. My competitors that use Facebook are getting the upper hand. So it feels to me like they've found out a way to break the law, and nobody's going to stop them. They're just like, well, if you don't like Facebook, just don't use it. I'm like, yeah, well, it's installed in the car. It's installed in my phone. I can't uninstall it out of some of these phones. It comes standard. Their code is already in here. So you're telling me if I don't like AT&T or I don't like telephones, not use them. If I don't like cars, not to drive it. They're getting too big. And they're isolating people. So we're going to go, and I'm going to show you. You got to hear it from the fucking horse's mouth, fresh from the law enforcement. We filed a report with the Attorney General. Now we're going to move up the food chain. Let's show you where we are right now. And we're going to go up here to Facebook. There's got to be a way you can stop these people. They are defaming me. They are attacking me. And there's just not a lot I can do. I don't have the capabilities right now. And it's a helpless feeling. And they aren't gonna let up. I've been their little abuse boy. They've been abusing me for about 5 or 10 years now. And there's no telling how much money in damages that they've actually done to me. And I wish I had another site. They put Mark Zuckerberg himself on the stand not long ago because it's a monopoly and the way that they're micromanaging the government. And it's not just the American government. They're overseas. They've got drones in these other companies. I mean, other countries. Now, this says a login. I haven't been able to get in, so this ain't me. So now it wants me to make another password. Why, I don't know. I've been jammed up, like I said, in this phase. So we get to create another password. Which, like I said, I mean, this is eating up tons of money. And it's like this every single day. Every single day. And when it's time for storm chasing, you know, I spend a lot of money on ads. And then my app doesn't work the one day I need it to work. So I want to know who's going to pay for that shit. I just want to know who's going to pay for that shit. So we're going to get back in here and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. One of the defamation things here, which I had over 2,500 friends almost. And no one could see my posts. They isolated me from my friends. I had a network that I built. It took me years to build. They isolated me from my network. You know, so they've basically altered the trajectory. They've taken me out. And it's only a matter of time until they come and they try to kill us. You know, they face map. They want to get inside everybody's life. But when it's time to do their job, they don't do it. So here we have still 119 friends. It was locked at 120, which is a piece of shit, pretty much, is what they use different. They communicate. So see, no friends, no followers. You can't get rid of these people. And I told them to take that down. So we're going to show you right here what they'll do. Where is that at? Yeah, they'll try to run you out. See, all my business shit is in there. They've been jamming that up too. Let's go to our support inbox. Again, right here, I had to submit this case. I list my item on Marketplace. It don't work. It won't pull up. And these are all I get. Like I said, case is closed. Authenticator. We have received your report and appreciate your patience as we work through the problem. To contact us about non-technical issues, I said, here are the friends. We received your report and thank you for your patience. This was when? March 10th, almost a month ago. Here we go, March 1st. This was January 24th. Like I said, the algorithm is messed up. I removed all my friends to try to fix it. It's still jammed up. Thank you for taking the time to report. Have they done anything? And they'll do some shit like I do. I play games with them too. See, they write in this code, Zulu code, and they're very rude. You know, they have the balls to talk about bullying. These are the biggest bullies, and no one will stop them. These are the same people that are trying to get the drones and trying to attack America and turn us all into this one world regime. And judging by the way this guy treats his people on here, that ain't the guy you want. That guy's a terrorist. And this is a terrorist organization, in my opinion. But there you see, we've taken it up with Facebook. It's taken them 4 months. And they still haven't gotten the job done. Do you see that? Am I the only one that can see that? Probably so. Like I said, I mean, they'll isolate you. You know, they'll try to get you to kill yourself. Like I said, my sister, she cut on her arms and shit, and they'd send posts. They try to get you to kill yourself. So we're a half hour in. Let's go ahead and take a small break. We're going to sit here for about 1 minute. So we set that out, and you see that era in here, this red box, and that red thing here, which I'll tell you what this means. You should not enter any sensitive information on this site. That's the Mississippi State website. Yesterday I threw it in, it was throwing up errors. And I called the FBI about this, and I warned them, which it doesn't seem like they care. I told them I don't want to send out any information over the computer because it's not secure. I could sit here and I could type in a 20 fucking page report. It's not going through. Obviously, they have the ability. Most of these people, they don't have a computer science or engineering background. They don't know. I do. I'm sort of a dabbler, but I understand how networks work. I understand how your IP, what is that? Your internet protocol works. You know, how this workstation is going to engage with the internet, fiber optics, how all that shit works. And I know how they stop it. What it looks like there is they're not using the latest SSL encryption. So that site there, the encryption is not up to snuff. Therefore, anything that goes into that website can be attacked. Namely here, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, Facing the Storm, Unlimited Motivation. It talks about time wall principle, and you'll learn about this thing. And you say, well, Tyler, what is this diagram you have here? And this is one of the things that I tried to warn these people about. It's trajectoral planes. This is a variable that describes a parcel of energy traveling through the universe. Now, I didn't get to go to Ivy League like these entitled fucks up there at Menlo, but this is legitimate stuff right here. We're looking at pretty much the universe here in 4 dimensions. You got your XY, you got your Z, and we've got this other one we'll call Q. This basically the universe in geometric terms. That variable down there, that backward Z, is used to describe a partial energy or a body. We'll refer to these as bodies, no different than a planetary body or a human being or a dog or a cat or an atom. You know, we're talking about just a particle of energy that's traveling through space. Now, this one we're talking about is in reference to people and the economy. That's how we're using this one and describing the type of attack that they're using on America. It's a war of attrition. It's a war of attrition, and they're winning. The battle's carried out day by day by trained professionals, and as you can see right here, they're winning. I could be working on a lot of things. You know, the storm chase the other day does not work because their app doesn't work. I'm over $1,000 with Facebook. So I want to know who's going to pay for that shit. Their ads don't work. Their system doesn't work. And you want to know why their share value is up so high? Because they're stealing your eyes. They're stealing your knowledge. They're building a database. It's espionage. It's spycraft. It's typical tradecraft fresh out of the spy industry. You know, they used to shoot spies. They used to hang spies. Now, they let them right in bed with their kids. So, here you see, they're able to control individual parcels by micromanaging the time. Every time they can jam me up, or they can jam up an event, or they can deboost a feed, take into consideration, we got this parcel, and then we'll take this parcel. This parcel is one that's regular. This one here we'll call a deboost. That parcel is down here, and that's if something bad doesn't happen. This one is boosted. And this is your median parcel with no interference. Are you able to see that? So, in a sense, what we have here is the damage is done exponentially. So, the deboosted parcel where I'm at is losing at an exponential. You know, we'd have to graph an equation for that. I'm not the best at math. But over the course of time, let's just go ahead and say we've got, you've got 2 billion people on that network that are being manipulated like this. So they're doing more damage than the government ever could. They are deliberately altering the trajectory of that percentage of people on there. That's tradecraft, that's cyber espionage, and I'm even venturing to say cyber terror. The thing is, no one wants to take the fight. As you can see, we've called the sheriff's department. We have to take it up with the company. Well, let's go ahead and show you what the company's doing. Right down there, all the way, this is into December. Now, I've been harsh to him. I've talked to him harsh, but like I said, I'm trying to come and reach level ground, but they're not. January 2nd, they've had all fucking year to fix it. Still haven't fixed it. I go out here, I chase these storms. I've been risking my fucking life to build this stuff. Like I said, just the tip of the iceberg. And we got to figure out, they've got thousands and thousands of employees. We don't know how deep this is. And no one wants to go down there. No one wants to go down there. They've got this place down here where they live. They've got thousands of people. They got their own little community down here, their own little security. And, they're planning to take over America. And, part of me is like, hey, if you guys could do a better job, do a better job. But they're not doing a better job. They're silencing people. They're using this as they have the balls to talk about hate speech. but they have a new brand of hate. You know, they don't like the working people. They don't like the military. These guys are very tight knit. They have a very nested culture, and you can't touch them. You just can't touch them. They are flushed with cash. Flushed with cash. Meanwhile, we go down here, you know, our official website doesn't even have the security they have. See, Facebook is secure. Mine isn't. These motherfuckers aren't. And so now we're going to have to go, like I said, we're going to have to go to ic3.gov, which this one has problems too. As you see, it's not even available. Now it is available. Did you see that? Did you see that? Or am I the only motherfucker? Did you see that? It was here, then it wasn't here, and now it's rerouted. So technically, this isn't even the real FBI website. Did you see how it switched like that? Quicker than the blink of an eye. That's the type of the shit that I've been dealing with for years. Years. And if you think they're going to help you, you're fucking wrong. You're ape shit, bat shit crazy. They are not going to help you. So therefore, the attack continues. Whether, like I said, my governments may like me, they may not like me. And that's where I was wanting to get a visa. I'm like, hey, if you guys can't handle the job, let me go to India or China. Can't leave. But the worst part about it is this. They're in India. They're trying to get into China. China won't let them in. They're in these other countries, and they're establishing a foothold. How they're establishing a foothold is typical military doctrine. They're trying to win the hearts and minds of the people. They're beaming down free internet. Free internet to these fuckers. They're giving them phones, they're mapping their eyes, and they're putting that shit in. Like I said, they're over in these countries. I don't even know if our military has a presence in these countries. And they're growing at an alarming rate. We've got over 2 billion people. We have the setup for a coup. But like I said, we don't know who's on whose team. These people are so flushed with cash. They can buy governments. They can buy governments. They can afford their own private militaries. And I promise you, I'll bet my lunch money on it. They've got underground complexes. And as soon as they can kill me legally, they're going to do it. They may do it illegally. But they've already are crippling me using their stuff, which should be against the law. You know, if you want the place, the first thing this guy says is if it's a safe place for everybody. He wants everybody to be connected. He doesn't like the idea of a wall down in Mexico, but he's walling off people through his network. You know, that's defamation right there, those numbers on there. But the lawyers won't touch it. Nobody will touch it. They're too busy, and that's why my hat's off to the guy. I mean, hey, if you could pull it off, I'll die with a smile on my face. Hey, that guy was a real sleuth. He was a real sleuth. You know, the victor go the spoils of the combatant. He was a real sleuth. He pulled it off. But he pulled it off by breaking his principles and lying. And, you know, that's the one thing I don't dig. You can't try to claim that's what you stand for and then do something else. If you do, you know, like I said, you're a crook. But we could go ahead, file this complaint. Did you see that right there? Again, with that weird shit. So we'll spare you that. We'll spare you that for today. Right now, let's call some lawyers, and I'm going to show you what I'm dealing with. Again, 45 minutes in. But it's the same shit every day. I mean, they ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to fix it. Only thing you can do is hope Facebook turns over a leaf and puts you in, they either like you or they hate you. And we're getting into that same scenario now with the Bezos. God bless him. I don't know if the guy apparently don't like me. But, the guy makes $20 million like an hour a day. He's the richest man in the world. I mean, do you honestly think he gives a rat's ass? Any amount of money I could make on there, I'll never make him enough money. So the money's not the matter. Getting rid of people that he doesn't like, stomping on people, fucking people over, and using his platform to accomplish that is what he's doing. And to be honest with you, I don't know if he's allowed to do it. These motherfuckers may be allowed to do it. Like I said, Facebook, if they want to fuck their people up and be abusive and jam their shit up, they may be able to do that. But I just want you to think about the ramifications of a company that's using their platform to bully and intimidate, and then has the balls to talk about making the world safer and connected. I will push buttons, and I did push buttons, and I'm proud to see the results. They're not going the extra mile and trying to diffuse problems. They're making these problems get out of hand and gathering the data on the results and selling it. And it's fucked up. There's nothing really you can do. I mean, you can get your computer science skill up. I recommend that. But you're probably not going to do it in time. If you're one of these people, because see, what they're using now is AI. And these feeds are what I would describe as dynamic, meaning they kind of write their own code. It's a living, breathing website, and it just evolves on its own. So, I mean, it's getting to a point where they're there. It's just a disgrace that our people won't do anything about it. And that there's still errors on our website, and their website works fine. It's a fucking disgrace. And it just goes to show they don't care. So I can call a lawyer. I'm going to call these lawyers, and you'll see. It's all a rigged system. And that's the good news is they kind of expose it. 60% of them to 70% are all criminal defense. Going to bust somebody over a bag of weed or something. And the other 20% are civil litigation, marriage, divorce, another big con, disputes over land and shit. And then you have 10% your business law. And I talk to the business lawyers in here because I'm a business aficionado. I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. And like I said, I cannot be an entrepreneur. These are the two main avenues that are blocked for me. So how in the hell you can't buy or sell on Amazon? You can't really buy or sell on Facebook. Now, Facebook has hit me licks. They're selling shit when it works. It works. And I'm very grateful over it. When the selling shit works, it works. But now we're having problems. And it's one of those things, like I dealt with this with YouTube. I'm a Google man. To tell you the truth. They're the best of them all. I've never really had problems with Google. But even they're eventually probably going to have to compromise their values. The Facebook, I've always had problems with because I've always been outspoken and I've said a lot of crazy shit. But I've also tested them, and I see now there's something more there that they're not letting on. The eye tracking, the vocal tracking. So I say a lot of fucked up shit. I want to test and see just for sure, are they watching me? Are they monitoring? What is their MO? What is their deal? Where do they stand on these issues? And I've seen, and I've pushed them, and I've actually gotten the results that prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt what they're doing. The next step is getting the people to go in and act on it. Again, like I said, these people, They're more interested in swilling down pops, eating donuts, fucking minor drug offenders in the ass, sometimes literally, to get off of the ticket. Extortion rings. It's a sham. It's a crock. And it's been going on for years. Hopefully they're going to change it. But by that time, it's going to be about too late. They almost can't move fast enough. They're not going to be able to move fast enough. And they don't want to move. They've been bought out. You got guys like me, I'm just trying to live my life and pay back my debts and go to college. And they're blocking that. I've invested a lot of time and effort in their platform. Their platform has pretty much got a monopoly on it. You kind of got to be on these platforms if you're going to make it. They own an umbrella of companies, and it's growing every day. So if you're blacklisted from that company, chances are you're going to get hit by the other companies too. The thing with Amazon, like I said, I warned them about there could be insurrection in the company. They got more people working for them than the fucking city of Memphis has in it. And you would say, wow, they can't get this job done. That's why, like I said, it's not about getting the job done. It's a rig. It's a setup. And they're jamming me. And it goes back, it's really deep. It goes into quantum physics. It goes into quantum rigging. And one of the reasons why I don't think that I'm being attacked so much is these letters and this quantum shit. They don't want a guy that's supposedly one of their remote control quantum things to have any power. They won't let them have money. And most people out here have it. They've got that shit in the food. They've got it in the drink. And they're only going to be allowed to do certain things. They're just not allowed to get rich. And the reason why is they're worried that people with money can obtain power. That's part of their power structure. And Facebook is deliberately altering things. They want this guy to win, whether he's better or not. The system's for sale. And that's what they're going to do. And that is, to me, it lets me down, man. I didn't think Mark Zuckerberg was that kind of a guy. I'm a Zuck fan. I've been the devil's advocate, and I've been very angry at this because, that guy, he needs to be held to a higher standard. If he wants to be this great leader and do these great things, hey, he may be the guy for it. But as long as this childish, petty shit's going on in this company, and I'm not saying it's him personally, but down through the ranks, down through the algorithms, there's something going on that he's not talking about. He's not talking about it. And it's not good. I didn't think he was that kind of guy. Because that type of shit right there is beyond illegal. It's unethical. It's unethical, in my opinion. And I'm just the kind of way I am is if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. If you can guarantee, you want to sweep the world clean and write your own laws and shit, hey, I just want to know, are you going to be held to the same fucking standard that I'm held to? Because what it's looking like is another, or, we're not going to let gays in. We're not going to let people that are felons in. Let's just say that guy's a bad guy. We're not going to let fat people in. Fill in the blank. It's hate. It's bigotry. I don't care what you call it. It may be a more sophisticated form of hate. I don't like them. They're poor. I don't like them. They're alcoholics. Fill in the blank. Hates is hate. And it takes such a hard stance on hate speech and actively censor and violate people's constitutional rights, to me, is it's dangerous. It is very disturbing. So that's all I've got right now. If you're a lawyer, comment in the box below.